Hello. Trist, it's good to see you here today. I thought you were just busy with work or something yesterday, to be honest, but you were napping, which is totally okay as well. How's everyone's day? Mine has been good. I had my little job interview this morning. Really, really easy. I mean, chefs are usually pretty easygoing, so the interviews are short and sweet. So I will be going in on Saturday at 11 a.m. to do a test shift at the restaurant. You're not exhausted or tired today, even though it was hot as hell. Oh my goodness, 101 at 10 a.m. That is nuts, Trist. It has been really, really nice out today too. Really warm, but it's breezy. So it still cools you off, but it's also when that can be dangerous because you know that the sun is hot, but having the breeze there, it doesn't feel hot, right? So that's a very easy way to get a sunburn. Speaking from experience on that, I think. Tris, what'd you have for lunch? Pretty excited for our burgers and beer. The air was not moving. Ugh. It gets like that too, but obviously not as hot. So it never gets nearly that bad. But you can definitely tell here when it's very humid because the air is just like heavy. Okay, so burgers, beer, and slaw for our menu. We're going to do fresh ground beef burgers topped with provolone cheese, roasted mushrooms, and bacon. Exactly, snooze. I was just thinking as I was getting ready, I was like, do I crack one right now or will I be judged? So I'll wait a little bit, I think. And then we are making homemade buns, as you guys might have seen my little update in Discord. So we have 2 batches of dough that we are letting rise for the buns today. So we'll see the difference in the dough. Because the first one I made felt like really, really tough and it wasn't smooth like the other bun doughs that I've made before. And then the second one, I decided to measure it out in grams and then mix most of the wet stuff and the potato flakes and the dried milk together. And then I put the flour in last with the salt. And it seemed to work out a bit better. It was a lot more smooth, but it was still very tough. So those 2 doughs are in the oven right now and they will proof for an hour. So I finished mixing it around 2:15. So we'll check it around 3:15, I think. And maybe by that time it's doubled in size and we'll be able to divide it into the buns. Drink a whole beer right now, says Thunder. You had a whoopie pie, yum, Trist. Chicken penne pasta with some garlic bread. That sounds so good. I love pasta. I'm sure I could eat it every day like you do. For lunch today, I had miso soup. So the chicken and vegetable miso soup. I had this leftover salad from yesterday that had like bean sprouts, the roasted cauliflower, and quinoa. And then I had a bit of salmon that was left over in the fridge too. Had like an interesting lunch. Just a bunch of like little bowls nibbling out of. Just trying to clear out the fridge and not waste any food. Okay, so our sweet and spicy slaw will have jalapeno and sweet pickles in it. And then, of course, beer of choice later. Yeah, that's a hell of a lunch. I'm feeling really good. Did not even have a coffee today, so hopefully the bathroom breaks are kept to a minimum. So, timeline. The homemade buns, they do take a while to make, close to 3 hours or more if things go wrong, in my case today. And then that is why I typically double the recipe to begin with, and then we just freeze whatever we don't use. And that way you know that you have really good buns in the freezer for whatever you need. And then all you have to do is take the buns out of the freezer. If you're just going to let them thaw on the counter, I would say like 1 to 2 hours before you decide to use them. Otherwise, you can quickly microwave it if you want. And the fresh ground beef is quite an easy process once you do it a few times. I don't know what number of times this is me using my grinder. Probably close to 6th or 7th time I've used the grinder. It shouldn't take more than an hour to clean the beef first, grind it, and then form the burger patties. So that should be a pretty quick process, and it is worth it. Like if you're a burger fiend or a connoisseur like I am, that little bit of extra time makes so much difference in the end product. But you never know though, guys. Maybe in like your meat department or butcher shop, wherever you go to get your meat, they might actually grind it for you if you ask. I'm not sure if they have that equipment, but you never know if you don't ask. So you could get fresh ground beef that way too. Just like pick a big roast and be like, can you grind this for me? See what they say. Bune, Raiden with 3. Welcome in, everyone. How is the stream? Woohoo!
Hey, what do you want done with all of that white shelving that's down there?
I guess I should shut that door. I don't know what's going on over there. Sleeping kitten. Hello, hello. And then the sides for the burger are easy to prep. We'll roast the mushrooms in the oven and bake the bacon at the same time. That way we don't have to do anything on the stovetop. View, your stream was good. Played some Witcher 3. I loved when Sammy played that game. I always watched him play it. It was so entertaining. I just don't think I have the gaming skills to play that game, but it is an entertaining game for people to watch. So that's a good pick. Hi, Mama. How are you? And then for our mushrooms and bacon, I think that will take close to 20 minutes for those to cook up. And then the slaw will take no longer than 20 minutes as well to make. And I recommend making any sort of coleslaw at least an hour before you serve it. And that way the cabbage can absorb maximum flavor. You're good. I am good as well. It's been a good day. Did a little bit of tending to the garden this morning as well. Harvested kale, some spinach, which I think we might have to pull out because they're not growing very well anymore, and some Swiss chard, as well as a bunch of herbs. So that was a good morning. So peaceful. You're super hungry. You're gonna go eat the rest of your dinner. Sounds good, Vune. What is the weather like? Hey, Omat. How are you, man? The weather, let me check what temperature it is. I'm gonna guess, I'm not looking at my phone, I'm gonna guess it's around 18 to 20. Oh, wow. It's actually only 15. Okay, it's 15, Trist. Less than half of your temperature. You feel sad that you have to leave already. Well, the good part is, Omat, that I haven't even started anything yet, so don't feel too sad. Nothing crazy has happened yet in stream. You haven't missed anything. Aw, Omat. Here's a virtual hug. I hope you feel better, man. That is the worst, when you feel like you're coming down with something. It's like, no. Why me? Burgers are good, but you have seen me make them before. It is true. But we do miss having you around, man. Okay, so ingredients today. Obviously, we need beef. You don't have to fresh grind it yourself, but I would totally recommend doing it. And you won't know the difference until you try it. I think that's the best way to say that. And I'm not trying to be snobby by saying that either, but I think it makes such a huge difference when you grind your meat fresh. So I have been choosing a sirloin type of roast, but I would say the best beef to buy for your burger grind is chuck and brisket. If you can get a little bit of both of those to mix into your patty, I think that's the best option. You no longer have to worry about paying your insurance bill. Set up an automatic payment. Sleeping kitten, that is so funny. So that was happening to me as well with our health insurance. And I totally did the same thing last week. I was like, why don't I just set it on auto payment? So easy. You're trying all you can. Oh, Matt. Okay, back to ingredients. So for our slaw, we'll start there. You need green cabbage. I'm not going to do red cabbage for this. I think it looks a lot nicer when it's just green and doesn't get that purple pigment all over it. 2 carrots, some red onion and jalapeno. Sweet pickles, so sometimes they're called bread and butter pickles as well. You don't have to use sweet pickles if you don't want to. I think it would be just as good with regular dill pickles. And then for the dressing, mayo, apple cider vinegar, celery salt, beer mustard, maple syrup, and salt and pepper. Very, very simple. And this slaw is good. I think it's going to be really good with our burgers. And then obviously we need buns for our burgers. Sounds good. Oh, Matt, I hope you feel better, man. Get all the rest that you can. Stay thick. Oh, you know I will. Good night, sir. Mike, good slaw? Oxymoron. Yep. You want to try and slow cook pork shoulder in a crock pot. It's very, very easy. Okay, so we need the beef for the burgers, buns of some sort. You don't have to make them yourself, but I would challenge you to try that at least once in your life. Whatever kind of mayo you desire. And then I'm not going to put tomatoes on the burgers today. I don't think so, because I only have cherry tomatoes and they're just going to like slip out. So X-nay on the tomatoes this time. And we will shred up some romaine lettuce to put on the bottom. And we'll top the burger. Mushrooms, bacon, and cheese, or whatever kind of burger toppings you want. And that's it. Super simple. Yeah, I don't know, Mike. Are you streaming tonight? Okay, order of prep. So I made the bun dough. I started making it at like 1:30-ish. The first batch, and then it took me a while to make it, obviously, because it wasn't working very well. Finish that one, and then that would let us divide it at around 3 p.m. But since we got pushed back a little bit, we're gonna let it go for an extra 15 minutes. So 3:15 is when we'll check the dough again. And then we'll get 12 buns, hopefully, today out of everything. No stream tonight, you thinks. After we divide the dough, we will put our grinder in the freezer. All of the metal parts of the grinder need to go into the freezer so they can cool off. Let them chill. After that, we'll prep up our beef. So trim out whatever tough pieces are in the beef, cut it into 1-inch cubes, and then we'll grind it. Around that time, we'll probably be cracking our beer. Maybe we'll have 2 beers, maybe we'll have 1. I'll guess we'll see how the stream goes. You want your 2 weeks to pass already. For what, sleeping kitten? And then we'll make our burger patties after we grind the beef. And then we'll make the slaw, bake the buns around that time as well. And then while the buns are baking, we can prep up the mushrooms and the bacon to go into the oven. And then we'll shred the lettuce. We don't have to slice our cheese today because we're using provolone, so it's already pre-sliced. Cook our mushrooms and bacon, cook our burgers, and then assemble everything and taste. That's it. You put in your 2 weeks notice last Sunday. Oh man, yeah, sometimes it's rough to try and wait that out. I totally feel you. Okay, we have some fun stuff to do today before we even start doing any sort of prep. I'm just gonna take a peek in here. Oh yeah. I think both of the doughs are going to work. Just checking it out. And it is rising, so yay. You really don't like your job. Yeah, that is the worst. Sometimes if you're lucky, they'll just tell you to leave like the first week. Be like, well, we don't need you here anymore. And you're like, all right, I will see you never. Indognito, hi. How are you? Okay, so we're going to go over some burger stuff today before we start. You wish, yeah. Yeah, you're just getting ready to leave a job. I am trying to find one. You are not bad. That's good. That is good. It could be worse. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is go over the world's best burgers. I thought that would be fun to do. And I will post this link in chat. I will share this with you guys that I found. Crapbook is being slow. But if you want, you can follow along. This is what we're going over first. Or you can just listen to me narrate, if that is what you love. My computer is being silly right now. Which it doesn't make sense because it updated this morning. Why do? Why do, Mac? Why do? Burgers are your favorite food. If you had to eat the same thing every day for the rest of your life, it'd be burgers. That's what Sam says too. And I am so with you on that. There's so many different combinations that you can do as well. Doesn't always have to be beef or even meat for that matter. Hello, Shadow. How are you? Okay, so the most expensive burger. Are you ready for this? Did you guys look at the link or not? $5,000 burger. Concoction of Kobe beef patty, so some of the best beef in the world. Foie gras and truffles. And then you also get a bottle of Petrus to drink with that burger. Like $5,000 for that, I don't even think it's worth it, to be honest. For $5,000, like, there's no way that it would cost that much to make it. That's outrageous. Yeah, that's what I said, guys. Good evening, Mies. How are you today? Someone should do the pizza challenge like I did. Trist, it's not good. Big Mac is on the list. I know. I was like, what? But I guess I understand. The iconic one is a Big Mac. I like the controversial one, which is In-N-Out, which is actually Anthony Bourdain's favorite restaurant in LA is In-N-Out Burger. So simple, so delicious. Whenever I am anywhere in the States that has an In-N-Out, I always hit it up every time. And it does not disappoint, I will say that. Best burger in the world is when you are drunk and go to Jack in the Box. See, I've never had Jack in the Box yet. There are so many burgers I've not digested or ingested yet. It's only $4,000 if you order off the extra value menu. Yeah, it's true. It's good, Mies. Yeah, how is that controversial? You're off until Sunday? That is so nice. So the fancy fast food one, which I've also never tried, is Five Guys. A lot of people really like Five Guys, so I have yet to try that as well. I need to go on like a burger tour or something, catch myself back up. RIP though, Sleeping Kitten. We've done, this is I think our third dish this week in memory of him. So we're gonna do a burger for Bourdain today. If you guys are fans, I thought this would be really nice. And I have a little pamphlet to show you guys out of his cookbook. That is so cool. Burger King has good burgers. Five Guys is overhyped. That's what a lot of people say. Like, that's what Sammy said to me. He's like, Five Guys, not that good. Okay, the veggie burger. Bill's Halloumi Burger. Is it actually just cheese? No, it has a veggie patty, but it's topped with halloumi. Okay, here's a comment or a question for you guys. Do you like your beef patties more well done, or would you have it like more medium rare if you had a choice? Because here in Canada, we don't have a choice. All of our ground beef has to be cooked well done. Sam and I really pushed this limit when we had our restaurant in Vancouver. We did our burgers medium. And we even put it on the menu, and we still got people complaining, being like, oh my God, that's not cooked. I'm gonna get sick. And we're like, yo, this beef was just ground fresh this morning. Like, you're not gonna get sick. But that is how Canada is, and it is such a struggle to have a good burger here, which is why I just make them myself now, because I'm so sick of dealing with that. Five Guys is a solid burger. I will have to try it. They look good. And don't they serve like free peanuts or something as well while you wait? At Wendy's, if you want a hamburger, you have to order a cheeseburger and hold the cheese. Really? No cheese? Yeah, honestly, fancy burgers are overrated these days. I think the simpler the better. Medium rare if you trust the place. I like it. That would be me too. Can't they just order it well done? Yeah, they could, but they're not smart enough to do it. Like the amount of burgers that were wasted at that restaurant because people are just terrified of eating beef that's ground and it's a little bit pink in it. Oh my gosh, just shake my head. Imagine not having cheese. No, Mia, I would cry. Customers are the worst, and that's why both of us had to remove ourselves from the industry for a little while. Because when you start to not like your job, that's a heads up that something is not good. So the perfect beer for your next burger is our next topic. You guys can, actually no, we're not going to ask the question of the day yet. We're going to go over this stuff first. Let some of the info seep into your brain, and then we'll carry on. It depends on two things, Yoon. Do you trust the place, and do they place the cheese under or on top of the patty? Because medium rare burgers will destroy the lower bun. That's a good one. I mean, if they let it rest, you shouldn't have too many juices coming out of it. Oh, Italian on Saturday and then sushi. Oh man, it's so true, Sleeping Kitten. Like the fact that you're saying that right now is awesome, because a lot of people don't think about it. And actually, this is a funny thing. So that restaurant that we used to run, they brought in a group to help us improve the restaurant, which it was already doing great. They just didn't want to market it at all in Vancouver, which is their mistake. But they brought in consultants that pretty much ran it into the ground. All the staff left. And now Sammy just got the new chef of this new restaurant messaging him on Facebook. I was like, what is going on? See the baby tomatoes I buy. That's all different colors. Do they taste different, or is it just for show? I think if we did a straight up taste test, Mama, and tasted them all separately, they would taste different. But yes, it is also for show because it just looks so nice on the plate. Just give me my food. Okay, so it says ordering a burger and then not getting a beer is like putting on a bathing suit and slapping a sweet zinc stripe across your nose and staying inside all day. You're missing a critical step. In order to help you select the best possible brew for your next burger, we spoke to a number of certified cicerones, which is your beer certification compared to a sommelier in wine certification. So it's called cicerone if they're involved with beer. Hey, Buff, how are you? How's it going? So the first beer that's here is a Schwartz beer. And I will post this link for you guys too. I'm sure some of you will take a peek at it. Why not? Sharing is caring, right? A Schwartz beer that's 4%. Roasty and complex enough to stand up to the carbonized edges of the burger and rich sauces like a barbecue sauce, but still light-bodied enough to refresh and cut through the grease. I like it. So a Schwartz beer if you ever see it. I don't know if I've ever drank a Schwartz beer. View, you already have 2 cooking streams lined up? Or are you making Italian on stream? What is going on? Catch me up, man. Okay, so the next one is a double IPA. Or sorry, the next 2 are double IPAs. There's something awesome about how a fatty, juicy burger stands right up alongside the intense hop flavors, which add all the bitterness you need to balance out all of that umami flavor from both the meat, the cheese, the mushrooms, whatever you're putting on your burger. Next one is a pale ale. This extra pale ale has the bitterness to cut through the richest, cheesiest burger you plan on serving, and the balance to round out the meal. So you want more of a strong beer to drink with a burger, just because they are typically so fatty and rich. But I honestly think that any beer would go good with a burger. I would probably refrain from saying that though at the same time, because now that I'm thinking about it, some of the fruit beers probably would not go with a burger, or some of the sours that are really, really sour, probably not. So dark ones and hoppy ones are the best. Let's say that. Kitten, you work at a bakery currently. Slady ordered a cake with an extra layer, 4 layers, but looked small. You gave it how she ordered it with the layers she asked for. She complains about it being small, and your supervisor argument was that it had the layers she asked for. Like, what do they want? That's what you have to ask them. What do you want? Saturday's your first cooking stream. You're making Italian. This works though. Entree, main dish, and dessert. Oh yeah. You'll be fine, Bean. How many hours are you giving yourself to prep all that? Beer ain't good. You've never tasted a delicious beer. Really, Thunderstruck? Really? I got into beer when I started drinking sours and lambics, like the fruitier ones instead of the hoppier ones. And then when I went to work at the brewery is when I really started to get a better palate with that. Oi, Nim. What's up, Rook? It's been forever. Okay, let's do beer history and some fun facts, because I know there's a few of you, or even a lot of you actually in chat, that aren't super familiar with how beer is even made. Food is food. Even if it's ugly, it's all going to be digested at the end. Yes. Yes, Kitten. It's true. I always said that. I was like, ugly food needs love too. So beer is one of the oldest and most widely consumed alcoholic drinks in the world. And it's the 3rd most popular drink overall after water and tea. Wow. Work is crazy. Won't be around much for the next 4 to 8 weeks. What? Well, good luck with everything, man. Just ramping up, or what's going on? That is so cool that you work at a bakery though, Sleeping Kitten. Have you gone to any schooling for that? So beer is brewed from cereal grains, most commonly from malted barley, though wheat, corn, and rice are also used. Delirium tremens, yum. I've had that one, I like it. Samuel Smith Organic Lager, never. I do like Hefeweizens. Dogfish Head, yup. Both of those are good. 2 to 3 hours, View. You already went through the motions in your head. The entree is a salad. You're making something special to go with it. Nice. Just give yourself a little extra time for talking and stuff. I know it sounds weird, but you will need it. You will find that you get like distracted with chat and then you will fall behind. So just keep that in mind. That's why I tend to kind of write myself a plan out before I stream. So during the brewing process, fermentation of the starch sugars in the wort, which is literally the sugar water from the water in the grain being heated up. This produces ethanol and carbonation in the resulting beer. Most modern beer is brewed with hops, which add bitterness and other flavors and act as a natural preservative and stabilizing agent. So hops are related to marijuana, if you guys didn't know that. So they are quite stinky and very bitter. And when I was working at the brewery, our brewmaster actually made a hemp beer. It was very cool and it was delicious. You've heard about that. Good, Vune, good. So other flavoring agents such as Groot, which is an herb mixture used for bittering and flavoring beer. Herbs or fruits may be included or used instead of hops. In commercial brewing, the natural carbonation effect is often removed during processing and replaced with forced carbonation. Boo! That's typically like the cheap beers is how they do that, because they don't want to let it age long enough for it to produce its own carbonation. So they just pump it full instead. So some of humanity's earliest known writings refer to the production and distribution of beer. Beer is distributed in bottles and cans and is also commonly available on draft, particularly in pubs and bars. No way! The brewing industry is a global business consisting of several dominant multinational companies and many thousands of smaller producers ranging from brew pubs to regional breweries. The strength of modern beer is usually around 4 to 6% ABV, so alcohol by volume, although it may vary between 0.5% and 20%. That is a very strong beer. And some breweries have even created 40% ABV beers. Craziness. Beer forms part of the culture of many nations and is associated with social traditions such as beer festivals, as well as a rich pub culture involving activities like pub crawling and pub games. Beer brings us together, guys. We're not going to go over the entire brewing process because we will be here for a while. Okay, one more thing to go over. Are we ready for this? There's such a nice butterfly outside on the rose. How come someone's not out there taking a photo of it right now? It's like a really nice yellow and black one. So this, I got this out of Anthony's book, his cookbook. The Bourdain Perfect Burger. I love the illustrations. So first, the burger patty. As for the patty, the heart of any hamburger, the debate over one patty versus two patties is a matter of taste. It all depends on the ratio of the surface area to the interior of the patty. If you prefer the flavor of the browned Maillard reaction, so anytime it's browned on the outside, then you can make two thin patties. But if you like the flavor of more rare meat, then you should cook one thicker patty. So keep that in mind. I would probably choose two instead because I like when it's kind of crunchy on the outside. And then here's the second part. Do you guys see this? Try and center it there. The extra effort to grind your own meat pays off in superior textures and flavors, and it allows you to customize the leanness and the tenderness. Use top quality meat and grind it well. Our favorite is a blend of short rib and aged ribeye. That is also really good, but those are both more expensive cuts of beef compared to chuck and brisket. So chuck and brisket is your other option there instead. And for the tomato, it says it should be a single slice of a larger tomato like a beef steak. The interior of the tomato is not as slippery as the skin, so a larger interior surface area will have more friction and help the tomato stay in place. The last thing you want is to use several slices of a smaller tomato and have them slip out when you eat them. I hate that. You go to eat your burger and it just like slides out of the bun. It's like, what just happened? The cheese one is pretty good. I like it. It's like other cheeses, no way. But Velveeta American cheese or a similar sliced processed cheese is the best melting cheese. Yes, they do melt well. I am not a huge fan of their flavors. I would rather have something like a Gruyere or cheddar, personally. So the lettuce also has the potential to be a slippery topping. Some people alleviate this by cutting the lettuce into a wider julienne so that it won't pull out when you bite the burger. If you have a single big piece of lettuce, it might pull out of the sandwich when you eat it, and that's awkward. And lastly, the bun. The bun needs to be soft, moist, and dense. Seeds can add extra crunch and flavor, but when you bite through it, it has to compress or the filling will fly out the other side. So your bun still needs to be able to be compressed. And that way you can kind of hold everything together. A slice of bread is not as good as a bun because it is porous. You also want to stay away from bread that has too much crust or a hard crust. Guys, don't click that link. I am not sure about it. I've never seen this person in chat before, so save yourself. You might be going through another El Nino year, really? I managed to celebrate and bought beef fillet once, told the lady to grind it up. She had the same look on her face as when the priest saw the demon girl in The Exorcist. I'm sure that burger was so good. Okay, let's start. So now that it's after, what, 3:15, let's check our bread doughs or our bun dough. And we might be able to divide it now and then prep up the beef for grinding. Thanks, Trist, for that. I was like, I've never seen that person before, so I'm gonna go a hard nope for that one. You left to go to the bathroom for 1 second, and that's when they all come in. Okay, so here's the first dough that I made up, and it did actually puff up really nice. So maybe it's not ruined after all. So I'm happy I kept it, and then here's the other one. Which, look at how big that one has gotten. This was mixed later than the other one as well. And like, look at the difference in the size. So this, I don't know why, but it's just so much more dense. Whereas this is like so nice and light. It's great. And I think both of these are good to go. So we'll divide them. And that way, that'll give us quite a bit of time to let it proof up again. They waited for you to leave. Hilarious. It's okay, guys. I got this. And I guess we will need 2 sheet pans, unless I'm not sure if this big pan will fit in my oven. Let me just arrange a couple things right now. And I could fit 12 on it. I think we're good. Okay, so we'll divide the buns, put them onto this big pan, cover them with a tea towel so they don't dry out, and let them rest for another hour to an hour and a half. AC is very important. It's true. Am I wearing Crocs? These are not Crocs, they're Birkenstocks. way more expensive. They're like fancy Crocs. They overfilled the Freon and broke the compressor. Oh man. They had one job, Rook. This dough is so soft. And we got some Texans in here. It's awesome. Okay, so we need to divide this into 6. 6 even little bunners. So I think I will just cut it in half. Like always. And then get 3 equal portions out of it. Hopefully. I think this one needs that. And I think you're good. You didn't do it, the AC guy did. I know, he had one job and he still couldn't do it. So as always, guys, using my thumb to push the bun and my other fingers to pull it. And you should get a really, really nice smooth ball. You'll put in a word for wearing shoes in the kitchen. You had an accident last week involving a glass jar, bare feet, and 9 stitches. See?
Question?
Yes?
Is there enough for 2 extra people if they want to stay?
I'll see how much beef we have when we grind it, but
Okay.
maybe.
Okay, you let me know.
Yeah. Cast iron burgers are great. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. Cooking them on the stove top. One time I made some stuffed Swiss and onion burgers in your triple boiler. What? Dropping a jug of OJ. Broke his foot. That is tragic, Trist. I pictured that happening to Sammy. Because he drinks orange juice a lot. And I got really sad. After a couple of weeks of 34 degrees Celsius, you're at 14 now. Wow. That was hot, though, before. Yeah, that's a huge swing in temp. He broke his foot or his foot. We're lost. Your bring beer broke a huge glass jar on the counter. Piece landed on your foot. Oh, God. Yeah, at least it was sanitizing solution. Not orange juice. Snooze, see? That is why I wear my Birkenstocks. Because even though I'm not in a professional kitchen right now, it doesn't mean that crazy stuff is not going to happen. But it protects from both burns and cuts. Both of those things. So here is the other dough that I mixed up. Actually feels really nice too. I think both of these are going to work out. You steamed them. What? That's cool. Yeah, that's a good hack, Sleeping Kitten. I have seen that quite often as well. Tinfoil and windows. How nice those buns are. So smooth. You have solar tris? That's nice. Full blackouts. Yes, Rook. That would be my go-to. Like, we have blackouts on our patio door right now. And also in our bedroom. What? Kev, it's been so long. I feel like summertime is not going to be as crazy on Twitch just because so many people do so much different stuff during the summer. Like, I can already kind of tell. Which is fine by me, honestly. And I'm gonna guess there's a bunch of us on right now as well. Wow, really not? Huh, just a quiet day. Dough is drying out a little bit. There we go. 12 buns on the tray. I think that spacing is pretty good. They should double in size again, though, at least. You regret taking geology last semester. Your college sent you an email. If you haven't taken science yet for non-science majors, you could have gone to England or Ireland for a semester. What? Dang. That would have been super cool, hey? Okay, now these are just going to proof. So we can set a timer for an hour. I don't have too much other stuff going on in here. And that way we can check it then and see what we're working with. Blankets and tinfoil are usually a red flag for the police to show up for a welfare check. Chicken parm tomorrow. Yes, Rook. We're going to be cooking out of Action Bronson's book. And these... Oh. The oven is not too warm anymore, so let me just heat it up a little bit again. Oh, we're losing our towel. I'm just gonna wipe off that area where I was rolling the buns, and then I'll bring the board back over. You don't have a passport. Dang. You should look into that. Passports are pretty handy to have. Because they do take a little bit to actually acquire after you fill out all those forms. At least here in Canada it does. You went to London and Ireland over the weekend, but the gift you got your parents broke. No! I am so sad for you. You should, kitten. There is like one thing that I recommend for everyone to do is to travel. Okay. It's just a little bit warm in here now. Put these guys in. This is my proofer. This is the chamber. Like, traveling is such a crazy experience, especially if you do it on your own. Is you grow a lot and you learn a lot the whole journey. You could go to Egypt or South America to see some pyramids, but you'd probably get murdered. Why? Why would you get murdered? Okay, let me just check off some stuff. So we made our dough, let it rise, divided it. So our next step here is to put our grinder in the freezer. The meat grinder. Just gotta get the box. This is your feeding tray. So that doesn't have to go into the freezer. It's plastic. You're not going to be able to cool it off that much. You only have culinary classes left. They don't offer them in other countries. No. I know. I saw that as well when I was going to school. Really? It's not safe there? I'm sure you'd be fine, Rip. You would be okay. So we are using a medium die today. That's what these guys are called, are dies. So you don't want to go too big because it's going to be too chewy. Like this is more of a hand chopped almost. Whereas this is perfect for burgers. So we're going to use that one. Not like you have the means to do it anytime soon anyways. Yeah, you know, I would like to go somewhere, but gotta get some money first. It's the first priority. Pay off some debt. Yeah, exactly, kitten. Yeah, I am with you on that. You know, it's okay. It's like kind of humbling to like get to this point and be like, I am still happy. Everything will be fine. Okay, grinder is in the freezer. And that only needs to sit in there for half an hour while you prep up your beef. 50 Shades, Burgers and Beers, welcome. Secret to traveling is listening to people that have traveled there personally, not what people relay from reading. It is very true, Tristan. I'm gonna get a drink of water. That is why I decided to write a blog when I traveled through Europe on my own for 3 months, so that I could always go back and read through it to see what I've done or give people some pointers as well if they're going to those places. Let's get this booth. You have a friend that travels a lot. He said to look up great tour companies. Yeah. I mean, that's what I did when I went to Southeast Asia. That was really my first time traveling on my own, so I decided to book it through a tour company instead that was local, and it was really, really good to know that you had people around if anything ever happened, and having the guides there help you as well. Just because it was more of like a language barrier thing for me there, so I didn't feel comfortable going on my own. And I would say it's definitely a good thing that I decided to not do that the first time. But now I would go back no problem on my own, now that I've already done it once. Okay, here is our beef. So let me just look at this label again. This is a sirloin center roast, 1.3 kilos for $23. So pretty good price. How far am I in the burger process? Not. So we're breaking down our meat right now to grind up, and we just portioned the dough for the buns, and they're proofing in the oven. Kev, you got him a Jameson glass and it shattered in your suitcase. Coffee cup has a chunk taken out, but it's still okay to have sit out. Boo. That sucks, man. Are you just being like super rough with your luggage? I brought a lot of stuff home from different places. And just made sure that I like wrapped it really well in clothing, and nothing ever broke for me. So that sucks. I know I would be so upset if that happened. You might try and work as customer service for a major airline. That is a great way to get into that too, Kitten, is if you want to travel, what else can you do? Is like even those booking companies, like sometimes they send their clients overseas and stuff to like represent their brand. Okay, so I took all the strings off of this and it's actually still a little bit frozen, which is a good thing since we're grinding it. The beef's a little bit frozen, it's just gonna grind cleaner. Dark Prince, how was the stream? Great place for super, super cheap airline tickets is Skip Legged. Never heard of it. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna kind of tear this apart and see what we're working with. Because beef or like any type of meat is awesome like this, where if you know what you're working with, you will be able to separate the muscles really easily. I think the best thing we should do is maybe just to cut this into 3 sections and see what kind of maybe sinew and stuff we're working with. So this side is completely clean. Don't have to worry about that, but as we see here, there's a little bit of sinew or silver skin that we'll probably have to clean. And then that is also on this side as well. But other than that, this roast looks pretty good. There's a little bit up here as well, but you can kind of see where that muscle separates, and that's usually where there's more of that connective tissue. Cut out the fat, never, Trist. Man, if you cut out the fat for a burger, it'll be the driest thing ever. It'd be like eating powdered meat. It'd be a tragedy, man. Believe me, I will change your thinking on the fat in meat. Fat is where all of the flavor is. And that's what keeps everything tender. You cut out the fat, heck, you might as well not even like buy the meat then. Beef looks amazing. Thanks, Vune. It's nothing special, honestly. Like this is just like a cheap roast that we picked up. But it does work well for this. You never knew that that job existed? I remember when I was trying to decide what I wanted to do, I think my mom was the one that told me about it, because when she went to Mexico with my dad, there was a girl working at the front lobby who was somewhere from North America. And that's what she was doing, was she got a job with a company where she goes to work in the place and sells like packages and stuff there to the guests that are staying at whatever, the hotel or the resort. Whew, good thing we cut into that. Look how tough that would be. You don't want to grind those pieces into your burgers because it's not going to soften or cook down at all. But it is good to keep, to use to make like a soup stock or something like that. So I never throw these pieces out. Add more pork fat. Yes. Yes, Dognito. I know this beef is pretty lean. I should have pulled a little bit of brisket fat from the freezer to supplement, but we'll be okay. I think. So that's our trim pile so far. It shouldn't get too big though. I made caramelized lemongrass pork meatballs. shredded Taiwanese cabbage, and pickled lobak and carrots. What is lobak? That sounds so good though. Caramelized lemongrass pork meatballs. I am in. I'm gonna cut this down further. But it is really easy to cut when it's partially frozen too. It's so easy to work with this way. Just gonna cut right through that. So I see some of the shiny silver skin in here. So that piece can stay there. And that can go into the grinding pile. Paulsh, how are you, man? We haven't even done too much. We did a lot of talking at the beginning of the stream. And I have not even asked the question of the day yet because there's not too many people in here. Starting to ramp up now. But how are you, man? All we've done so far is divide the buns. So divided our bun dough into our buns, and now we're just trimming the beef to grind it. We're gonna see what we're working with here. Because there is this whole, that is a whole piece of silver skin running through this. So I'm gonna cut along here and along the top and hopefully get that out. Because I can see as I'm shaving it, it's not going away. So we need to go from a different direction. Look into au pair. Basically live with a host family in a foreign country. And you take care of the kids and it gives you a chance to learn a new language. That is cool. Okay, hopefully this will work. We'll see. So it's still in there. See? Like we have to cut into it to know that we got it all out. So there's the last of it. I'm just gonna shave off whatever beef I can from it. That's pretty easy to do just because the silver skin is so tough. So if you don't want to waste too much of this, you can go off of it and shave it off. But like I said, I don't throw this out, so I'm not too concerned having a little bit of meat on there still. And then this part right here. Lobak is also known as daikon radish. Oh, yum. I have some daikon kimchi in my fridge. Tris, you want the question of the day as a command? Okay, so the rest of this piece looks good, so we'll just set that aside for now. But this piece though, like look at all that in there. We gotta get it out. You know what I'd be interested in doing as a job? Becoming a food stylist. That would totally be me. Food kitten. Like I love styling food. I love plating food. I love taking photos of it. I kind of kick myself now. It's like, maybe I should have done that instead. But it's never too late. I guess that's the thing. Hey Optrix, how are you? What kind of cut of beef? Polish, this is a sirloin center cut roast that we broke down. And sorry, I missed your thing earlier. You're just noodling around with guitar and now relaxing. That is good. So your sleep has been well then? You sound pretty energetic, which makes me happy. Maybe when you're in your early 30s. Yeah, exactly. We still got some stuff to do, kitten. Or you just start doing it like on the side. Start building up your portfolio that way. Most streams have it as a command. Well, shoot. See, I don't typically watch the streams after I drop you guys off there. Just go eat din and then pack it up. You finally got your microwave you ordered 2 weeks ago. Now you have about 9 meals of rice and chicken. Oh my goodness. But that is good though that you got it finally. Just rinsing this stuff off so it doesn't get all sticky and hard to wash after. And washing my hands. And since Betty asked me earlier if I'll have enough for 6 people instead of 4, I think we will. We just won't have any leftovers. That is my thinking. Guess we got some guests. Sleep was rough, but you got work in this afternoon. Nice, yeah. I always find that if I'm like groggy like that just doing like some sort of exercise really, really helps to get you energized. Just got back from some grocery and coffee shopping. Completely out of coffee. Now I want a coffee. Why did you have to say it? You haven't the patience to deal with small kids. Nope. Me neither. I'd rather have dogs. Okay. Grinder is coming out and we will build this thing up. What kind of coffee did you get, Optrix? Okay, ready guys? The building. Try and turn it that way a little bit. So this is the first thing that goes on. Just gotta tighten it up. Coffee, your favorite word. Me too, Trist. Coffee. Coffee. And now the auger is going in. And then this is the blade that pushes the meat through. And these little things, they are sharp and those have to be facing up. And then on goes the die. And then next we just twist on our cap. And that's it. You literally panic. Yeah, I could see me doing that too. No kids, no alcohol, and it's all mature people. Love it, Trist. Okay, so now this gets flipped over this way. I know, pretty cool. I'm gonna turn it so you guys can see it grind the meat. Like so. So, there's our bowl of beef. It's going on this side. Now this is where this goes on to help feed the meat through. This is the plunger to push it. Or I know you guys couldn't see that. So that goes like that. Now we just need a bowl. This goes right there. Think we're good, guys? Your car smelled so good. You got a pound of Costa Rica, a pound of Colombia, a pound of El Salvador, and Ethiopian. You are set for life, man. Sounds so good, though. I want coffee. You like taking little kids, getting them all sugared up? Yes, that would totally be me. Like, you want some candy? Oh, God. Stay, camera. Okay, let's turn on the mixer. And I have to go to medium speed, so hopefully it's not too loud. Bartending would be good, kitten. Thirsty Thursday. You guys ready for this? Let's go. Maybe I need to babysit 4 kids every day, 5 days a week. That's insane, Tris. Why? I can't. It says you can get a working visa, then you can always get a job in another country. Yeah, that too. I know it sounded so bad, Elvis. Waiting for someone to say something. That's why I don't have kids. You want some candy? Opens up the creepy van door. What's up, Bachelor Life? How are you? Yeah, we're making meatworms. You, Tris. You just ruined it. Just like, look how fast this is. We're already done. Done and done. You found the recipe of Bigos. Oh, can you post it? Just waiting for it to empty out. Sometimes beef gets stuck in there, so just let it go a little bit more. This feels so nice though. There we go. See? Still pumping through. Slow and steady, my friends. No, I don't put the meat in for another pass. That's why we use the smaller die. Okay, I think that's it.
Meatus.
The meatus. We call them meatworms.
Meatworms.
It's a lot of meat. Not really. You know, I'll probably make each patty 6.5 ounces.
Yeah.
Discord might be a better place. Yeah, do that, Doctor. I'll take a look at it after you post it. Okay, so now all I do is take this whole thing off. That goes back. Oh, kitten, you're gonna get ready for bed. Have a good one. I hope everything goes well with your job. Just stay positive. You got this. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought just now. I'll pray for you. And dog. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. Every time I've done my grinding and only put it through once, it's been really, really good. So I'm not gonna mess with something that's not broken. And plus, everyone's grinders are different. Okay, so there is the rest of our stuff. I'm just gonna fill a bowl with water in the sink so it can soak a little bit. Otherwise, yeah, it is a little bit of a pain to wash after. And I would soak it with cold water just so you don't kind of cook the beef onto the grinder pieces. Those are my pointers. And then, yeah, sometimes I get this like small amount of beef just left over. from the end of the grinder, but I am okay with that. Okay, so next up, I think I'm just gonna tear a piece of parchment to line the cutting board with, and then we'll form our patties that way. The meat is making you, oh no. Oh no. And then we're gonna smash them. Hi Liz, how are you? Yeah, next week. Making some pasta for Liz. So, might as well tear the second sheet. Get on my other glove. We're gonna make some birds. Tristy Poo, love it. Tristy Poo. That's my mod. Okay, so we're just going to eyeball these first. I need at least 6, if not more, which I'm sure I will be able to get. So I'm not gonna pack it down too much yet, but I am loving how the meat fibers are like not just getting all mushed together. I think these burgers are gonna be really, really good. Liz, how was your day? Not as crazy as the other day. Okay, so I think we'll get 7. I think we're gonna get 7 patties, which is great. Oh guys, guess what? I know no one's asked about Posh today, but she went to have her teeth cleaned. She had to get put under anesthesia. Okay, so these are all eyeballed. Let me just pack them down a little bit more. If we wanted to be really precise, we would have used a scale, which is what the restaurants do. That way every single patty is consistent in size. You're currently waiting for a pizza slice. Yum. Mama, why don't I cut that wee bit meat up to go, that didn't go through the grinder? Yeah, I could do that, or I just put it with my trim that I put in the freezer. And that way we can use it for stock or a broth or something. Okay, those look good. So now we're just gonna pack them a little bit more so that when we smash them, they won't fall apart. It's a jumbo slice. What flavoring? Can I explain what happened with the bread, the first loaf or the dough that I made up? It was just really, really dry and tough, Tris. Like I had to add so much extra water. And my first guess is that I used like measuring in cups and teaspoons instead of in grams, which typically all baking recipes are in grams, so that's really, really accurate. So definitely was short on water after I made the second batch. It was like almost a cup and a half from a cup, which is what the original recipe said. But it seems like it's gonna turn out, so I don't really know. And I've also never made that style of bun dough before with the potato flakes in it. So maybe it's just gonna be more dense to start out with. Hello, Steampunk, how are you? So now we're gonna cover it with this parchment sheet. Just press it down. Aw, Liz, you're tired and you missed your bed. You want my burgers in your mouth. I wish that you could. So the visitors can stay for dinner then. Yeah, exactly. Actually, while we're on that topic, I'm gonna go tell Betty. Betty! Tammy said Posh is not going to be able to come into stream. She's drugged up. What's the combination of ground meats, Bachelor? This was only a beef sirloin roast, so center cut. There was no combo. But next time I do burgers, I think we'll do chuck and brisket. So now all we're doing is pounding it down with the bottom of a pot or something. And hopefully it all stays together. And I always find that these make the best burgers. And you guys, did you notice that I did not work the beef too much? That is the key to having a really nice, juicy burger. It's okay, Mama. That was such a good question, though. Like, you guys need to ask those. Never be afraid. We all learn together. Some pieces that want to fall out, but they will stay in there. Thanks, Plows. Some good looking meats. Oh no, Despacito. How are you, clapped? The meat is leaking. What? What are you talking about, man? Ah. So you want them all to be roughly the same thickness as well. Give that one a little love tap. Maybe this one too. And that is that. And that's all we're doing to it. So if you find that there's like little pieces coming off the edges, just like press it back in. But having it really loose like this is you're gonna get such a nice crust on the burger. And then lastly, this guy. Oh no! Did you see this? I totally did not realize that. We broke the burger. Now what? It's contaminated forever. I am so sad right now. It was so perfect. You have to just sew it back together. The shit that you don't see on Food Network, well, that's what we'll say. You always just make them with your hands. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Okay, so now I'll come back over here. And we'll just flatten these down one more time. Since they broke. I just like caught the corner of my eye. Just like the meat cracking in half. No! So sad. Okay, that is it. Burgers are done. And the pot is still clean since we used parchment on top. 10-second rule, yeah. Am I gonna eat them right now? No. We still have 23 minutes on the buns until we check them and then we can bake them. Yeah, Bugs. So I have people coming over. I did not know this, but typically there's only 4 of us that eat dinner together. And then sometimes whatever happens the next day, we have leftovers for lunch for everyone. But since there's people coming over, I wanted to make sure that we had enough for everyone. And sometimes someone wants an extra patty, so it's always good to make a couple extras. And if no one eats it, then yeah, you can freeze it or just leave it raw and cook it whenever you want. Or if you don't feel like making a burger, just chop it back up in the pan and fry it like ground beef. Easy peasy. Poggers. It's called tartare. I would not do this for tartare. Like, I would not go and eat this now for beef tartare. Usually that's chopped by hand. Please, nobody go out and buy ground beef and prepare it like beef tartare. That should always be cut by hand. Just combine it into one giant burger. Exactly. Eros, how are you? I just need something to put these onto now. Which I think I'm just gonna slide them onto this cutting board. You posted it, Ofrix. Okay. Oh yeah, it was the Polish food. Yes. Okay, we're not gonna season these or anything yet. They're just gonna go into the fridge until we need them. Into the fridge. Okay, next step. Okay, we ground our beef, made our patties. Now, next step is making the slaw so that it has a little bit of time to sit. But first I'm gonna check out Annie's post. Bigo's Polish Jagerkraut. That looks so good. Fuso. Fusho? Fusho. I like it. Welcome in and thanks for the follow. Polish Jagerkraut. Potatoes, cabbage, sauerkraut, onions, kielbasa, pork, tomato paste, garlic, paprika. Yum. I think I have to make that. Sounds so good. Okay, our slaw. Did you guys see the recipe in Discord yet or not? But it is posted there. I did it this morning. So getting out our green cabbage and also a very large bowl. Did not mean to smash that. I didn't do it. Biggest cabbage ever. What's everyone eating today? Oh, also, since we have a bunch of people now, pretty slow start earlier, but since there is most of us in here, questions of the day. Favorite burger, it can be beef, turkey, pork, whatever, plus toppings, and do you make it for yourself or do you eat it at a restaurant? And if so, what restaurant? So that's the question of the day. And then if you want, you can add your favorite beer that you like to drink while you eat burgers. This is a regular cooking show? It is. It is for show. I am streaming right now, Monday to Fridays, but I'm thinking my schedule will change because I'm trying to acquire a part-time job currently. But so far, I don't think the schedule is going to change too much. Thanks, Trist. So first thing we're going to do is just cut our cabbage in half. Set that aside. And then next, we're going to cut it in half again so we get quarters. Matt, beef, bacon, cheese, and sauce. Natural ice or red wine. Red Robin bonsai burger. So I haven't had Red Robins in a long, long time. I guess I ate there when I was younger, but I don't remember. But people do rave about their burgers. Matt, healthy food, yes. You have to balance that out. Everything in moderation, as I always like to say. And that way we don't end up with any health issues that could have been avoided by eating vegetables. Angus burger with bacon and blue cheese with a sesame seed bun. Yum. Disc, I did not even know you were in here. You know what? I think I'm just gonna cut these in half one more time. That way we won't have like massive chunks or stringy coleslaw. I think this will be better just to eat. Disc 80-20 beef, nice. Sharp cheddar, mushroom, caramelized onions, bacon with a Guinness. That sounds delicious. Matt, you're not 12 anymore, but you will listen. If you're at home, beef with added pork fat, egg, cheese, mayo, and some good hot mustard. Yum, guys. So now we're just gonna shred our green cabbage really thin. Go as thin as possible. And I don't like this piece that wants to come off, so away with you. Tris, the first unoriginal Red Robin is from Seattle and on the waterfront. Dang. Maybe that's where I'll have to have my first ever Red Robin burger. Maybe that will happen in my lifetime. Pro lurker, yeah you are. I know there's a few out there. Considering there's what, 40 people and maybe 6 of you talking. Burgers with sharp mustard, yeah. Mustard and pickles. Mama, Aberdeen Angus burgers with lettuce and tomatoes. Nice and simple. Love it. Actually, it's about that time. It's about beer o'clock, isn't it? I think that's what I'm gonna go do right now. Try using Kobe beef with an Asiago cheese, brown mustard, and an infant. Oh my goodness. Will that cost $5,000? Medium rare 80-20 ground chuck, nice. Caramelized onions and smoked cheddar on a toasted Kaiser roll. You make it. Nice. Nice for show. Yeah, you guys are seriously killing it. I can tell that we have some burger lovers. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly go to the bathroom, go pick out a beer, and then we'll continue this. Hey Tom, how's it going? You just missed question of the day, which was, what is your favorite burger? It doesn't have to be beef. And what kind of toppings? And do you make it yourself? Okay, sounds good, Mama. Thanks for answering. It's okay if you fall asleep now. My beer that I am probably going to finish before I eat my burger, which is planned. So it's called Sunsetter Peach Wheat Ale, done by Stanley Park Brewing, which is in Vancouver. You're back, Liz. Literally killing it. It's true. And have you ever seen an opener like this that also has a lighter on it? Epic. This is Sammy's. Got it from his grandma, so we can never throw it out. Cheers, guys. Tom, getting an early start on the weekend with some nice IPAs. This is really good. It still has that little bit of bitterness. It's only a 4.8. I don't know if there is an IBU. But it is quite easy drinking and super refreshing. You try IPAs, but it's just pine to you. Dang. But you might have to work your way up to that for show. James John, this is a new username. Welcome in. I see you there. As long as you try for show, I mean, I think that counts. Who knows? You might just keep trying it and then one day be like, oh, I think I found the right beer. But then there are a lot of people that just can't drink IPAs, so don't feel bad. Despacito. Try and keep things food related, man. I don't think we want to know those things. I don't think that's very Despacito of you. And yes, I use Despacito as a verb. Yeah, usually the IBU is super low. It is remarkable how much yield you get out of one cabbage after you chop it all up. Like, this bowl is now pretty much full. But like, it's so deceiving in the store. Like, this looks like it'd only be good for like what? 2 or 3 people? And you get halfway through and you're like, wow, I don't think I need to chop anymore. But we will finish these ones. Just stack them. Actually, I'll cut it down a little bit more still. It's Desperito of you? Yes, very. Just looking for interesting channels. Well, welcome in. We have a pretty good crew here. What am I making, Steve? And welcome in, man. Right now, I am making the slaw to go with the burgers. So I think we are good with this. I will package up this other half of cabbage for something else. Just gonna put saran wrap over the cut side. And we have 8 minutes left on our buns that are chilling before we bake them. So things are coming together pretty quick. You love cabbage, make plenty of cabbage rolls. What? Are you Ukrainian as well? Because I also love cabbage rolls. Sometimes a slaw for tacos. Yes, slaws for tacos, mandatory. Okay, so next up, we are going to shred our carrots. Actually, no. First, we are going to dress this cabbage with both salt and some of the vinegar and let it sit for about 20 minutes. Well, let's say 10. Let's say minimum 10 minutes it has to sit. And that is actually going to help not make the cabbage too watery after, because you can drain the juices out. And it's also going to season the cabbage really nice. And I always find that it does help with a little bit of the crunch factor too, is it keeps it nice and crunchy. Did Steve answer the burger question? I don't think so. I think he might have came in too late. Steve, question of the day. What is your favorite burger? It doesn't have to be beef. And what are your favorite toppings? And do you make it yourself or you go out to eat it? So we are just going to put some salt over this. You don't have to go too heavy. You can still add more salt after. But this is just the initial step. You guys done so?
Dunzo.
Nice.
20-inch Lorenzo's. High as a mother.
And let's just drizzle over apple cider vinegar is my vinegar of choice when I make coleslaws. But by all means, you can use something different.
White wine is also good.
Yeah, white wine vinegar, really good as well. Or white balsamic. There's lots of options, guys. And now, I'm just gonna toss that up. And then we can prep the rest of the slaw stuff. Make the dressing. Turkey burger with Swiss cheese, jalapenos, lettuce, mayo, and ketchup. That's a good one. I guess I never said my favorite burger. Which I would probably say... Okay, what was Ramsey's burger mix made out of, Sammy? Was it brisket and chuck or short rib?
One burger we had was short rib. I think the rest are brisket and chuck.
First off, Ramsey's burger. I don't know if I'll ever be able to beat it, guys. But if you ever have the chance to eat at... It's called Burger, yeah?
Yeah.
When we were in Vegas, it is unreal. But if I make it myself, I still would like to do a mix. I'd probably still choose brisket and chuck. And then I would top it with Gruyere cheese and bacon. And even plain mayo is good, and then pickles, lettuce, and tomato. This carrot's running. Hey, Lemon, how are you? Tell Sammy to get on chat. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing right now. He's cruising. He's having a shower. He's getting cleaned up. He'll be here in a little bit, though, Trist, I'm sure.
Holy.
We can't wait. It's fancy. I don't know if that's, like, super fancy. I just like stinky cheeses. And bacon.
Gruyère's not fancy.
It shouldn't be too fancy.
Just Swiss cheese.
Okay, let's do some grating. I'm going to put parchment under this so it doesn't stain my cutting board. How fast can I cut? I don't know if cutting can be like measured in speed. I used to be pretty good. Just finished working out. Did the buns turn out? I think they are gonna turn out. We have like 3 minutes left on them and they're proofing up super nice. Both of the doughs turned out. Just one is a little bit more tough and dry. You've never had a burger with pickles. You always pick them off. Oh man. I love pickles on my burgers. You can cut 120 WPM. What? You killed it today? That's so good, Lemon. Sammy and I are getting back on our bike ride game. Post-dinner bike rides. We go all the way up this massive hill, which is rough, and then all the way down. And, like, we rip, and we almost pass the cars on the road. People look at us like, what are they doing? It's great. Most people don't work out, that's true. These carrots are really good, by the way. Just had a little munchin of it. And let's just be careful with our fingers at this point. Let's stop there. Don't want to lose any digits. Lemon, what's your favorite burger? That's the question of the day. Scat, how are you? You work out. You work out how to eat a cupcake in one bite. Love it. That's like the seafood diet. Seafood and you eat it. Yeah, she loves a lemon burger. 15-minute sprint and then did arms with running backwards during breaks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it does not have to be beef. Some aggressive grading. We have hit the limit. Me too, Shadow. Best diet ever. Just rinsing out the grater so it doesn't get all bunged up. Oh, that's our bun timer. Let's leave this for a second. Favorite burger was Elk Burger, Stanley Hotel, Colorado. Yum. I don't know if I've had too many gamey burgers. Definitely have had a bison burger before. But I don't know if I've ever had elk. Okay, our massive tray of buns is going to be revealed right now. So you can totally tell the difference between the two doughs. It is so funny. I knew this was gonna happen, which is why I wanted to do it this way. So this was the second batch that we did. And this was the first batch. That is staying a little bit more round and dense and smaller compared to the other ones. So now we just have to preheat our oven, 350 Fahrenheit, and then those will bake for, let's say, close to 15 to 20 minutes. If you ate pork, it would probably be organic beef with bacon, but usually just have a veggie burger. That is fair enough, as in only veggies. I like it. Yes, Optrix. All of the grating. No faux meat. They are big and firm. I think that those ones actually might be overproofed. I am having a hard time deciding what is going on with them right now, because they are looking kind of sad. The first batch looks tighter. I think the first batch might be better. Thanks, Steve. Okay, so this is totally okay if we just put it onto the top of the cabbage while it's kind of marinating within itself. What's the temp in my kitchen? I don't actually know. It's pretty cool though. I like to keep it nice and cool. I have both of the windows open. Get a nice breeze. I'm gonna munch on that carrot because it's delicious. You want cooler temps for a tighter crumb. See, I proofed those in a somewhat warm oven. So that's probably the ish right now. But we'll see how everything bakes up. At least we have backup buns if anything happens. Steve, I'm so cool. You had coleslaw from Popeyes when you were a wee lass and haven't had it since. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is there a doggo? Doggo's alive. I haven't seen her all day. Doggy! Come here! Come here, Bubba! Yes, look it. You carrot?
Can't give her anything.
Okay. Come here. Are you sleepy? How are you? Pashi had to get a tooth pulled as well. I guess it was rotten. Little old lady. So cute. Traumatized. Poor puppers. She's okay. She's just being a big baby. Okay, I think I'm only gonna do one of these jalapenos. She'll be okay, Tris. Just it was rotting. So if they don't pull it out, it actually spreads to the other teeth surrounding. It's not like it's one of her canines or anything like that. One of those small, yeah, small front teeth. Give her hugs. I will. I totally will. She's being such a baby. So now we're just gonna slice our jalapenos super thin. I'm gonna keep the seeds in. This was previously frozen as well though, so it's a little bit spongy, which is why it'll probably look weird when I cut it. Optrix. You can't say it. Okay. Jalapeno. In the slaw. Let's remove all of the seeds and the juice off the board. Give it a good wipe. Wash our hands so we don't burn our eyes or anything else after. And then we should be good. Remembering Posh. She's good, guys. She's good. She's had a rough day at the dentist. As I'm sure some of you have probably had as well. There's a lot of people out there that hate the dentist. Did we keep the tooth? I don't think so. Okay, now we need a quarter of a red onion. Super small amount. I hate when slaws are like overpowering onion flavor. Yeah, human parents. So good. And this looks like it's a pretty good size, so I'm just gonna slice it as thin as possible. I know what you mean. I think that's it. The tooth doggo fairy. Yeah, it exists. Yeah, everyone's in here right now. took them a little while. It's fair though. Everyone's busy in the summertime. Got stuff to do. People to see. And now the pickles. The pickles. I don't know how much is really left in our yum yum jar, but I'm gonna drain the brine out and see what we have. We might have to supplement with some dills. But I said use close to 1.5 cups of pickles if you can. So let's see. Hey chef, how are you, man? Have you ever been able to reuse the jars without the brine smell? Well, that's a serious question. I would say yeah, as long as you wash it really well. It's a chat party with all my peeps. We're drinking beers, talking burgers. So we're just gonna make a couple of stacks of these pickles and then we'll probably quarter them. Bam. We have 5 jars that are fine to use, but the caps smell like brine. I know, there's always some part that it's like, oh, come on. It's the same as old mustard jars. If you have the snap lid ones, if you don't wash it perfectly, it'll smell like mustard forever. Pickle stacking time. Stacks on stacks on stacks. I think that is a good amount. But we do have a lot of cabbage. I don't know if that looks like there's enough. Probably not. But rubbing alcohol. Okay, let's get these buns in. That was the oven saying it's ready. And then we can carry on with our slaw. So 15 minutes initially. And then we will check it. Just gonna grab a little bit more pickle out. It's 1 jar gone from the fridge. Let's get into these dills. Also lemon and vinegar, lemon and baking soda, vinegar soap, craziness. Just fix it with fire, yeah, just burn it. Solves everything. Just buy pickles in big jars to store in them? Yeah. Okay, so now these guys, we're also gonna quarter them. But we're gonna do it this way. And then do our slices. What? It's gonna be sweet, spicy, and briny. That looks better. Okay. What else? We got our cabbage, carrots, red onion, jalapeno, pickles. Now on to our dressing. So I'm gonna wash my board. So that doesn't smell like pickles forever. That's a hard nope. And I actually soaked my board overnight, or like rubbed it with lemon and salt before bed, and then rinsed it in the morning just because it was getting too oniony. Because when I would cut the fruit on it, you would get like this hint of onion. You'd be like, no, this is not good. Not how this is supposed to taste. Okay, so for our dressing, we need mayo, apple cider vinegar, ta-da, celery salt, which is upstairs, beer mustard, and maple syrup. Sam, you want me to open the new can, like a can of maple for this?
Sure.
Instead of using your parents', or?
Yep.
So that's our beer mustard. If you guys remember way back when we made that. Gotta open some of that fresh. And the mayo is all the way in the back of the fridge. I am also just going to use up this green onion. How thick is this board? An inch. It is an inch thick. Okay, just going to run and get the celery salt. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Whoa, what just happened? What did I miss? Chef, thanks for the host. How many portions in the salad? Probably 8. But that's why we make the dressing on the side. And then it doesn't get soggy if you have to keep it and there's extra. You didn't know that maple syrup came in the can? Yeah, this is like the most legit. Especially when it has the French written first. No, that was Sammy. And they actually have, sorry, before I open this, they have a salad dressing recipe on the lid. Sauce a salad. And let me translate this from French. Oil de soya. What? So some kind of vegetable oil, cider vinegar, lemon juice, maple syrup, paprika, mustard, dill, garlic cloves. What is fleur de patates? I don't know what that is, but it sounds good.
Potato salt?
Fleur de patates. I don't know. Sammy was measuring the board. Punch a hole and put in a straw. Yeah, so good. And I think
just potato flakes.
Potato flakes in a salad dressing? Weird. Soy oil. That's what I was thinking. Potato flowers? Like what? Okay. do our transfer. Don't spill any. Got that thick. Okay, maybe it won't fit. It's all in French, yeah. Fleur de patates. No idea. Good to every last drop. That can is not getting thrown out. I'm sure Sammy will lick it clean. Okay, so now we need a 2 cup, like that, to make our dressing with. So let's start with 1/3 of a cup of mayo, so not very much mayo. I like more of a vinaigrette on my slaw than like a heavy mayo-based dressing. Okay, maybe we'll do that. And then our cider vinegar, around 1/2 cup. So close to the same amount of vinegar as there is mayo. Let's do that. I think that will be good. The can should be a Christmas ornament. Yeah, like that would look good. 2 teaspoons of celery salt. Gotta go heavy with this stuff. It's like my favorite part of coleslaws. Maybe we'll do like 1.5 teaspoons. I think the 2 teaspoons might be a little excessive. How is it possible, Steve? You have to have both French and English. This is their English. Just a little bit of maple syrup written there. And then product of Canada. But the recipe is not in English at all. Okay, next up, a couple teaspoons of the beer mustard or some kind of mustard that you enjoy using. This stuff is pretty strong, so I don't want to go too heavy. And then just a touch of maple syrup. About 1 tablespoon if you want. And we're going to stir that all up and see how it tastes. We might need a whisk. We need to whisk it. I don't really have a baby whisk. Do this. I don't like those mayo lumps. Grainy mustard would also be really good with this. Okay. Is the nutritional label? Yeah, it's in both as well. Let's give this a try. I think that's going to be really good. A good hit of vinegar right off the bat, and then it just mellows out. Sweet. So that stuff's gonna stay separate. I'm just gonna quickly chop the green onion and put it on top of the slaw. And then we're gonna move on to the mushrooms and the bacon. Sammy whisked me off my feet, it's true. That is like such a funny saying though. It doesn't really even make sense if you think about it.
What?
Whisking someone off their feet. Huh?
Whisk them off there.
Whisk them off.
Whisk them.
Tell Sam to get in the stream. Oh, he's here. He's just behind the scenes. Oh, chef, honestly, man, don't even ask. 'Cause I don't know what happened. It's been like that for a good while now. I've just been really neglecting it. I'm a terrible knife owner. Yeah, I honestly don't know what happened, but I never do anything that would chip it like that. Like, I've always just used this on vegetables. So, no idea. And it makes me sad. Yes, I do need to stone my knives because of job and such. Okay, here's the slaw with the dressing. That can just sit aside, or you can put it in the fridge. Totally up to you. But slaws are okay at room temp as well. Rook, it's going good. How is everything with you? Our buns are just getting baked right now. They're looking really nice, actually. I think all of them are going to work. Oh, no problem, chef. When are we gonna have a cook-off? Yes, that would be so much fun. Getting out my sheet pans here. One for the bacon and one for the mushrooms. Yeah, I should be able to work the chip out. It's not too bad. Couple passes. What about a cook-off? I don't know, Thunder. Do you want me to have a cook-off with Sammy or Chef? So 2 sheets of parchment. Steve, do I sharpen my own knives? Yeah. I don't think I've ever taken my knives into anybody to get them sharpened. It's the trust factor, I think. So I have a stone here to use on the knives. Rook's joining the cook-off. I don't know what kind of cook-off it's going to be, but let's do it. So I am using, this is from Costco, Fletcher's Alderwood Bacon. It's so good. Okay. Before we even start and get our hands dirty, let's check these bunners. So that was 15 minutes. It said 15 to 20. And if these stuck to the bottom, I would be really upset. Because this is a non-stick sheet. But I'm just going to rotate this tray and do an additional 3 minutes, I think. The raptor is in. There is the bacon. So we're just gonna lay it out on the tray. Sammy needs to build me a computer so that he can play games while I stream. It's true. Gotta get that 1080 Ti. Whoa, 1180 Ti. Is that the new one?
Coming out in August, I think. Or
Yeah, I
September.
need that one.
What? Why do you need that one?
I don't. Just because I know it's the most expensive. Okay, there you go. How many slices do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Not enough for 2 slices each. The struggle. Just wash my bacon hands. Oh, the bacon. And then we're gonna slice up some shroomies. Dress them with some oil. Maybe chop some herbs up for them. And then this stuff's gonna roast or bake after the buns come out. Tris, don't tell him to drink vodka. He's gotta work. Okay, we have a minute until that timer goes off again. So here are the mushrooms. Creminis. These are like the most versatile. The most. And they're easy to slice. You know what? I think I'm gonna use this other knife here to slice our shroomers. Buns. Buns for Liz. Get up my bag of herbs. A bag of tricks. So those are all of the herbs I picked today. I made a mixed bag. Hello, buns. So yeah, the first batch that I made actually turned out better. So now we're gonna bump up our oven temp. Let's do like 425. For the bacon and the shroomers. They look good though. It's the flick of the wrist. These are actually some of the cleanest mushrooms I've ever seen. I am shocked. There's like no poop on them. Them buns, thanks guys. They do look really good. I've never made potato buns. So I guess just follow the recipe. And if it's a little bit tough, well then just let it be. Steve, the pizza is here. Liz, how was your pizza slice? Forgot to ask. Okay, I don't think we're gonna make all of this. Hey, Flexer. It's been a while, man. How are you? It's okay if you lurk, of course. I would say 70% of this viewership is lurking, so never feel bad. It's just good to know that you're here. Okay, so these guys, you can slice them as thick or as thin as you want. I like to do somewhere in the middle. Say like a 1/4 inch thick. Maybe a little bit thinner than that. You posted a pic on Discord. I need to check it right now. Need to... Oh man, that is massive. I've never had a New York slice. That's still a must. One of these days, Liz, Sammy and I are coming to see you. We're gonna go on some food adventures. Going to Manhattan, Sammy.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm in.
You heard it here first. Lurkers make up 60% of Twitch. Yeah, I believe it. It was $2.50? Wow. Is that not where you are? Liz, I swear that's where you said you are. Go to Iowa. Okay. I like corn and pigs. Are you not in Manhattan? Manhattan is Liddy. Okay, you are here in Manhattan. Since you were born, wow. It's impressive that you never left. The buns are done. Why? I just have to roast off the stuff for the burgers. And they're pretty much good. I'm just worried that the buns have stuck onto the tray, which would be unfortunate, but they have butter in them. Hopefully as they cool. You don't like change. Fair enough.
Perfect.
That is fair. Oh yay, it did come off.
Bun.
Turn it over. Woohoo! It worked. Are you stealing a bun?
I said snack time.
There's still a croissant over here.
Then it's yours.
Oh!
You're supposed to eat it 2 days ago.
Then I will eat it tonight, I guess. Just rinsing the shroomers off my knife. It is a beauty. Oh, Reese's. Has anyone had the Reese's spread? They look like Chinese barbecue buns. They kind of do. Now I want some Chinese barbecue. Okay, let's get into some of our herbs here. So I think I'm just going to do a little bit of rosemary and thyme chopped up. Just a bit. And that will go on the shroomies. Duncan, new knife? No, this is the OG knife. This is the first chef knife I've ever owned. And it's still just as good. Trusty old Hankel. I just don't use it very often. Reese's Pieces are good. Why are Reese Cups the devil? Is it rosemary or smoke? I don't know where he went just now. He left me. Yeah, it's oregano. Let's chop this stuff up. I'm gonna go pretty fine. Just so we can disperse it evenly. I love it, Optrix. The OC.
This is the best potato bun I've ever had.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And I thought I did it wrong. Can you feed me? Just put it in my mouth.
You're to hear first.
It's really good. I had some of the bun snack, guys. It's actually good. It'd be really good with the burgers. dense enough that it's not gonna fall apart. You like it, Thunder? The bun, you weirdos. But I have to push the limits to keep you guys entertained. Hey. Yeah, you heard it here first. So we need some olive oil. Oh, fresh bottle. Nothing better. What, Tris? I can't even read that. I am dead. Dead now. Yeah, it's true. Chefs have like the dirtiest minds. So that's just like banter. Classic kitchen banter. That is what I've dealt with being a girl in the kitchen for like the last 8 years. And I am okay with it. I've like always been one of the guys. Your lighter is making you hungry. It has a taco in outer space on it. Cool. Put some salt and pepper. Just one of the guys. Is it butter? Albus, that was olive oil. Now we're just gonna toss all this together. Hopefully the oil will coat it nicely. I always find that mushrooms take a lot of fat to cook properly, otherwise they dry out really fast. So just keep that in mind. No one likes dried shrooms. That's a lie though. I'm sure people like dried shrooms. Parquet, oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a parquet from 1967. Does that even exist? Is there someone in chat that was not raised on margarine when they were younger? For like at least a little bit of their life? Like, do you remember when margarine was trending? I think we need a little bit of oil still. Just a wee bit more. Your parents love to save money. Ah! Almost lost the pepper. Raised on Crisco and bacon fat and then margarine. That is a setup, Rook. Your parents still use it. Insanity. Okay. Mushrooms and bacon are going in. I'm gonna set, let's say a 10-minute timer to start. I'm just gonna put this other oven rack back in now. It'll do 10 minutes and then do a rotation, a tray rotation. And in the meantime, let's just get set up for cooking our burgers. Everything's coming together. Hello, Harry Potter. You are up late, but it's good to see you. I don't think we ever had like the big tubs of margarine, just like the smaller ones. And we used basil, I believe. Basil? No, Imperial. Imperial. I'm just putting my mixer away as well, guys. I'm just behind here. Just behind for a sec. Doing a little cleanup because we can. Okay, actually, why don't we take the burgers out and season them up right now? And then they can kind of warm up to room temp. That way they'll cook really nice. Yeah, that was so funny when Sammy and I would work together. Oh. We good? Be like, so how was your day? I never seen you. Okay, salt and pepper, that's it. Oh yeah. 8 to 10 hours a day. There ain't no breaks. Or if there was a break, it was miraculous. And probably 5 minutes, that's it. Salt and peppers here. How much would my dream kitchen cost? Thousands. Thousands. Thunder. Like everything would be industrial. That's why I laughed at first. Sammy, probably close to like, what? Once we got all the equipment? Like 80 grand? Or more?
If you had your dream kitchen?
Yeah. Like 100 grand?
Easy.
Too much, Thunder. Maybe one day. But for now, we'll just laugh about it.
It'd be worth more than a house.
Yeah, exactly, Thunder. That's the thing. It's like, all of the appliances would be industrial quality. And that way, they'd never break. Yay. The mixer alone would be thousands. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Those are all seasoned up. Yum. Have I ever reduced a hot barbecue sauce down with whiskey and put a bit on a burgers? That would be really good, Rook. But I have never done that. It would be tasty though. I don't usually cook my burgers with barbecue sauce, but I am a fan of it. I just don't do it anymore. I don't know why. Oh, kitchens are way too crowded now, Thunder. That is very, very true. So let's get our pans out. The buns are gonna have to come out of here. So I'm gonna make space. Looks good. Thanks, Duncan. That is much appreciated. And Liz, I did not add garlic powder. Just plain beef, salt and pepper. That's it. But by all means, you guys can add in whatever kind of flavoring you want for your burgers. Steve, you have no problem cooking with the crap you have already. I mean, a good chef should be able to adapt to any kitchen. That's why I had no problem coming in here. It's like, I can make it work. Oh, Trist. Chefs do not make that much in Canada. That's like a laughing matter if you ask for that. Like, for my job, I'm probably gonna get paid $16 an hour. That's it. Okay, we need our other cast iron out. She be heavy. Real heavy. Those are set up. We don't need any fat in the pan at all. There should be enough fat in the burgers. Spatula. J. Kim's, yeah, cool stream, 3-hour wait time for dinner. I just want to make sure that I catch all my peeps. And that I go through everything thoroughly and we don't miss anything. So that's why the streams are long like this. And plus there are so many people to talk to as well. Your friend is a cook and she says it's a lot of stress for little pay. It is insane, Thunder. Like, you have to love cooking to be able to keep doing it. Because yeah, it is so much stress on like physical activity and you don't get paid very much. But as long as you love your job and are happy, that's all that matters. Oh, that's why they're having so many problems here in BC. This was last year that the entire province was short 20,000 cooks. Like, how are these restaurants still open? Yeah, you do have to be patient. I feel like good things are coming for me. I'm just gonna keep working hard. Oh, Rook sent you in. Welcome in. Welcome in, Kims. I'm gonna get a plate out. We have just under 2 minutes on our bacon and shrooms, but they'll probably take another 10 after this. And then here is our provolone. Yum. Thanks for the follow as well, Kims. There are a lot of parallels between cooking and teaching. Pineapple, thank you. Thank you for the kind words. I mean, I hope it's relaxing. Because it's really relaxing for me, being in here with you guys. It's great. Would it be considered ASMR? I don't know. At some points. Like, imagine if I cooked but didn't talk. And you guys just heard all of the sounds and saw everything that was happening. Probably would be good. You just hit 10 followers. Nice. Are you... Well, obviously you're probably not streaming right now. But I would show you some love for sure. At any point, Sam. Armored, thanks for the biddies. Just attach a mic to every pan. All of the sizzles. I think I'm gonna turn on a light. Both in the kitchen and on the stove. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's check our goods. Oh yeah. Woo! Steam bomb. So bacon is just rendering out. So that will probably be close to 5 or 10. And the mushrooms are just releasing their juices as well. We will do Another 5 and check it at that point. I don't want to dry it out too much, and I don't want to have the bacon too crispy. Hit some pans and spoons. I should do a Swedish chef stream with Sammy. That could be epic. An oven cam. Do they actually make cams that cannot melt? There was that one stream when I made macarons, and none of the recipes were working. Thank you, Steve, for humbling me just now. There are those moments. They make the special mics for the ASMR stuff. Imagine. Maybe that'll be like a once a week thing. I don't think I would be able to keep a straight face and not laugh though. It's not possible. Macarons. I'm not gonna say they're overrated though. They are so delicious, just a pain in the butt to make. That's why they cost so much when you go and buy them. Just taking the buns apart on the pan. I'm gonna move these burgers over here. Get ready to get cooking. I'm drunk. I'm smashed off of, let's say, 70% of a beer. She's gone. Just wrecked. That's a fact, Trist. My cheeks aren't red, so I'm still okay. We're good. Let's start slicing up our buns. They're heavy. It's gonna be great. Look at that. So nice. We'll keep them shut though so they stay warm and don't dry out either. Yeah, a restaurant is totally like a small child. It's so true. You're American when you go into the bathroom, and you're American when you come out. But do you know what you are while you're in there? Oh no. What is it this time? Love it. The buns, Albus. We did it. Somehow the first batch still worked out better. So maybe I should just stop being so critical of myself, hey? You're a European. European. I get it. Good buns. Good buns, Kate. But look at the difference from this one compared to the rise and the shape of the other ones. This one's not photo worthy. Sammy, is the chipotle mayo down here? Oh,
yeah.
guys, we still need to quickly slice up some romaine. This timer's about to go off again, so let me just check. Yeah, we still need a couple more minutes, so yay. Another 5. We'll set intervals. Just grabbing the lettuce. Smells so good in here. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're gonna pick off the leaves on the outside that are not looking so good. Steamy Cam. Was she going crazy again or what? Crazy heartbeat Cam. Yeah, Sammy's for sure gonna do barbecue. It's true. I'll just like bake bread and make desserts probably. And take care of the garden. And the ducks. Get your big ass beard back. Okay, so we're just gonna slice this nice and thin. We're making some shredded lettuce for the birds. And I would use romaine or iceberg for this, just because it has that little bit of crunch. Smoking meat with weed a thing? Never heard of that, Steve, but maybe that will be trending or something. You really don't know. And the tips of that are gross. So we'll just leave that there. Put it into a bowl. Smoky sham. There we go. Okay, burger prep ready. Yeah, I'm ready for this burger too. I've been thinking about it. This is the mayo I'm using today, guys. I know, shocking, I'm not making it. But I'm sure some of you have seen this. It's a good little chipotle aioli. Nice smoky flavor for the burger. Okay, that stuff's almost there. I'm gonna take my other bathroom break and we will come back and finish the rest of the stuff. 6 years for you, for your beard, Steve. Holy, that timing though. Okay, let's check it. So bacon is good enough for me. And let's check these streamers. Oh yeah, they're nicely roasted up. I'm just gonna turn the oven off. And that will keep that stuff warm while we cook the burgers. So we want the burgers to stay really nice and fresh. The food thief. He's innocent. Eat the bacon. Not yet. We can't do it yet. So now let's turn our cast irons on. Do a nice medium-high heat. Push those limits. We're gonna get cooking. Had to log into the home PC instead of phone. Sounds good, Rook. Bacon or Canadian bacon? No, this is not Canadian bacon today. But we should do some like breakfast sandwiches with pea-meal bacon or Canadian bacon. Nice egg on there. Maybe a fresh potato bun. Or I'll make English muffins for you guys on stream. Because those are really, really fun. Just you have to do them a day ahead. I'm checking out who we're going to raid after this. And there's only one other cooking streamer on right now. Does not make sense to me. Waffles and fried chicken and fried egg and maple syrup. I'm in. I'm coming over to your house, Rook. Fried chicken and waffles, so good. Did I watch Tom Green? Not too much. Have my fellow Canadians watched Red and Green though? Is that what it's called? The Red Green Show?
Red Green Show.
Okay, so you definitely want a sizzle in the pan as soon as you put the burger in as well. If it's not sizzling, your pan is too cold and you're not going to get that really nice crust on the outside of your burger. It's just basically going to almost boil or steam instead. Have I ever made rosettes? I never watched Degrassi either, Trist. I am not big on like movies or TV. Pretty terrible. Is that the little chocolates? I've never seen rosettes before. A thin cookie-like deep-fried pastry of Scandinavian origin. Never seen those before, but they look so good. How do you find one of those like stamps, or how do you even make it? Stinky, how are you? You have a special iron. What?
Yeah.
Corner gas, that's a good one. You have to vent a fan outside the window. Sammy and I have thought about that too. I'm gonna turn this one up as well. We're almost there though. Stuff in the oven is still perfect. You used to do them every Christmas? Wow. Do you have a special iron that you dip in batter? Showtime, Lidl. Is it really loud, Trist? It's not that bad. I think it's better than the other house. Optrix, maybe we can make those together on stream. We're almost there. So I'm guessing the burgers will cook for 2 minutes aside. And then once we flip it over, we'll put the cheese on right away so that it starts to melt. Breakfast Monte Cristos. Oh man, so good. I could eat breakfast all the time, guys. Like, I could easily just stream breakfast food forever. I love everything about it. Okay, so we should hear that sizzle. You ready? This one's smoking. Yes, please. Hopefully we can fit 3. This it into the pan. And this one, hopefully 4. This one's really delicate. That's the one that fell apart. Let us pray. Okay, I'm gonna check those links out, Optrix. Check them out after stream. Sweet. Should you have your girlfriend be in your first stream? Yeah. Do it. So if the burger is still stuck to the pan, don't try and lift it. They're creating that really, really nice crust right now, so you don't want to ruin that. So just leave it alone. It will lift off when it's ready. Even if you have to cook the remaining side for only a couple seconds, you really, really want to make that crust nice. Until it's extra crispy, exactly. We getting there. We be getting there. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, Tris, with it. People are so funny about it, though. Just gonna keep waiting patiently, as always. Should be able to flip these now. And then I'm just gonna take them off of the heat to finish cooking. Yum. That out of there. Okay, cheese up next. Gotta work fast. Thanks for the follow, Jay Hendu. Get that slow melt. Happiness. Thanks, Tuli. What was the meat and beef fat ratio? I'm gonna guess 80-20, Rook, or actually a little bit less. Like, these are not very fatty. All I did was clean up an inside sirloin roast, and then we ground it. Chili cheese fries? I
guess
wish.
It's pretty good then. I
What?
guess it's pretty good then. 75-25.
Oh, yeah. Literally eat omelets and pizza every day. Yes, Trist. Okay, just sauce the bun. Get some of our lettuce on the bottom. This will help keep it from getting soggy as well. You can put as much or as little as you want. I like a good bed of lettuce. It adds crunch as well. Liz! Oh, Harry, no problem. Yeah, provolone, Rook. Have a good sleep, Harry. Thanks for being with us for a little bit. 60-40, yeah, it would totally shrink. Now we're gonna do the mushrooms first. Oh. Get them back onto the parchment. Give them a little tossy toss. Like that. And we'll switch it out with the bacon, which is perfect now. One strip like that, one strip like that. Turn our fan back down. Let's get this guy out of the pan. Come over. We are having no tomato with our burger today, guys. We have no big tomatoes. Brisket, I think, would be so good to try. Let's get that close up for you guys. How good does that look, though? The cheese is perfectly melted, so it didn't melt off the burger. It's just, like, perfectly stuck onto it. There isn't room. It's true. Now you get your smash down with your bun. I'm just going to quickly take a photo before I start to get into this. And then we'll have a taste test. Sammy's probably going to steal most of the food right now.
Stealing the food! I guess I'll just keep my stuff down here.
Why? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Rook. Thank you, man. 501. Love it. You're out of there, Buff. Thank you. Tris, thank you. Guys just spoiling me with the biddies. Cheers, everyone. And Stinky. Thanks for all the love. Okay, I'm going in. Ready? Mm-hmm. The juice is just dripping. It is well done though. And the texture is still perfect. So that's the thing with like fresh ground beef.
Like 5 months ago, kind of.
It's not gonna be as dry as that store-bought stuff. So there's also a lot of water in that too. Love those little emotes. Thanks, guys. Should we try the slaw? I don't think I'm gonna bother with it. Things are gonna start to get cold.
Slaw's gone.
Slaw is gone. You guys saw how to make it. It's gonna taste delicious anyways. Okay. Who is on? I have never watched Average Guy Gourmet, but we are going to raid him.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm Wayne.
I know.
Oh, I haven't seen you for,
A long time.
I think Diane, well, we were talking and I asked Diane on the way down, when's the last time you seen her? And she said, was it a Christmas thing or something, or
Maybe, yeah.
just a long time ago?
Oh yeah, like at least 10.
Yeah. Look, you got yourself on.
Bye,
are you doing-
Steve.
she's doing it.
What? Liz, this is it.
That's okay. Have you met Sam?
This is
Not
it.
yet.
It was really, really yummy. So we're just going to go raid this guy. Average Guy Gourmet.
That's Sam's computer.
Hey.
It's Sam, huh?
I hear you're.
Thanks everyone for the love today.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Hopefully you have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I can't believe it's Friday already. And tomorrow we're doing chicken parmigiana from Action Bronson's book with zucchini noodles, so something a little bit more healthy.
Yeah, but
Cool.
And that's it.
That's sweet.
Goodbye.